Now, you need to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth in case we weren't getting that. You want that like calming effect of the breath for like your central nervous system, okay? And I want you to think about playing around with your exhale. You can exhale like you're blowing through a straw, or you can fog up a mirror. And so I want you to try both of those, and then you decide which one gets you more abdominal recruitment and not your neck, okay? So if I have this and I'm pulling it apart, I'm digging my heels in and I'm just tucking my butt. So I have my lower back still in contact with the ground, but my butt is up off the ground, all right? So I'm here, tucked, I'm holding on to this, I'm pulling it apart, and all I'm doing is inhaling through my nose as I pull overhead. Don't let your rib cage flare, and then exhaling, bringing it back. So my inhale goes through my nose, and exhale. So it's that long sighing out of a straw exhale, or you're fogging up a mirror exhale, and you decide what it is that you want. So I'm not lifting too high, I'm inhaling, I'm going as far as I can, keeping my rib cage down, and then I'm exhaling back. Inhale. And exhale. So I feel a lot of things in this position, right? I feel my chest, I feel my abs, I feel like a stretch through my lats. I think there's a lot going on that you can think about when you're doing it. Then we're going to incorporate more core. So if I go like this and I lift my left leg up, I'm going to inhale my left leg long as I reach my arms overhead, and then I exhale, bring it back. Inhale. I'm maintaining some tension in my abdominals, and I'm not shifting my pelvis at all, right? I'm still inhaling through the nose. And then I'm exhaling, either fogging up a mirror or long sighing exhale. Make sure you get all that air out. So I'm going to do 6 on one side and 6 on the other. Do you guys feel your abs and your hamstrings?
Yes.
Thank you. So get on that left side now. Inhale, extend. Get that opening through the chest. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. Exhale. Emptying from the bottom up. Inhale. Exhale. Try not to tense through the neck, right? So you really want to think about your exhale coming from your abdominals, and you're feeling some opening through the chest and the back as you're reaching your arms up overhead. Good. After you've done 6 and 6, I just want you to relax. Now, you can do bilateral bridges for 20 if you want to squeeze a block, you can. Otherwise, we're going to go 15 on each side. So lose the towel. We're doing one leg at a time. And we're literally just bridging up, keeping your rib cage and your pelvis in a line. You can reach your arms up. You could reach one arm towards the foot. I don't really care, whatever feels best for you, but we're going after just that one right hamstring. Driving that heel down into the bench or dragging it down the wall. I don't feel anything in my back because my legs are moving up evenly, right? And if I don't like one leg, I can always just do 2. It's the same thing. Rebecca, you get those weights yet?
Friday, I'm so excited.
Okay, good. Good, then you're gonna flip over into your regular bear position. You can take the block if you think that helps you to like adjust your pelvis or like get your pelvic floor on. I will shove it between my legs if that's the case. My feet are gonna go at the wall. And again, you're trying to, do you feel more abs when you exhale like a straw? Or when you do more of like the fogging up a window type exhale, all right? And you wanna make sure you're getting all that air out. So if you don't wanna put your weight on your hands, you just do your forearms with the palms face up on the bench instead. But you're gonna give me 5 good breaths, really trying to get the air to go to places that don't get a lot of air, okay? So for me, I'm really gonna think about my upper back and my chest, getting the inhale and then exhaling away from my abdominals fully. So pushing down into the ground and exhale, lift the knees up off the ground a little bit in either variation of that plank. The knees are bent. So inhale, fill the chest and the back with air, pushing the ground away, pushing the forearms down, looking out, exhale, squeeze on that block, empty from the bottom up, bring the rib cage back. Maintain the tension through the abdominals, inhale. Exhale, empty from the bottom. All the air out, rib cage comes back. Head should not be hanging down. You want to be looking out. Inhale. Exhale. Pause at the end of the exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. The longer you exhale, the more you're going to get the abs. And I hope you kind of just feel that, right? We're going to go and we're going to do an inline lunge just at the wall, but we're going to do that like hip shifting isometric. So I'm just going to ask you to do 3 breaths and then we'll do reps of the split squat lunge. I kind of go back and forth between what I call them. So if I go here and I take my right leg forward and my left leg back, I am rotating this left hip towards my right knee and I'm lowering myself down and I'm reaching forward with my right arm. So however low I can go, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hold here for 3 breaths. Inhale, I'm dragging on my right hamstring and exhaling, emptying from the bottom up. Inhale. And exhale, so big toe is down, pinky toe, heel, I'm dragging. This should burn. I wanna feel my hamstring and my glute in addition to my quad. Now, lower yourself all the way down, exhale all the way up. My torso is rotating over my front knee. My nose, my sternum, my knee, and my big toe are all in a line. You're lowering yourself all the way down and coming all the way up. Nice. So you're gonna give me 10 of those. You should feel your front glute. You will probably feel your back quad as well. You'll feel your front quad. You're gonna feel a lot of things. Then you're gonna get up and walk around. You're gonna do exactly the same thing on the other side, and you're gonna pay attention to like, what's the difference on one side versus the other side? Do you feel more? Is it harder to get into? What's your big toe doing? So now my left foot's forward, my right leg is back. I'm rotating that hip towards the left knee. As I inhale, draw myself down. Rib cage and pelvis are in a line. My left arm is reaching, and I'm thinking big toe, heel, pinky toe, deep breath into the chest and the back. Exhale, abs. Inhale. I want 3 long inhales and exhales in isometric and then 10 reps. Inhale. And exhale. Fill that back with air and then go up and down. 10 times. Inhale and exhale.
Ouchie.
How's that? You feel your legs?
Oh, yeah, all of them.
All right, now we're gonna do lateral lunge, that same one that we've been working on. Grab a block or a lightweight. We're gonna lunge and sit into it, and we're gonna rotate, okay? So here I am, grabbing onto my block. I'm gonna start with my feet together, and I want you to think about that same thing. Where's my nose, where's my sternum, where's my knee, and where's my big toe? And they wanna be in a line as I go. So if I step, this is my right leg, I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna rotate, but my whole torso stays over my right leg, and then I come back. Step, reach, inhale, and back, okay? I want you to do 8 of those. Good, yep, don't hike your hip when you go to rotate.
When go over the breathing one more time, please.
What?
The breathing part.
So you're gonna step, so take a step, take an inhale. As you reach out and rotate is the inhale.
Oh.
Yep. And then back. So watch what your knee's doing, watch what your hip is doing. Good. Good. Do you feel maybe different from one side to the other? You guys are so quiet today.
No, definitely. I definitely felt harder on the right side than the left.
Yeah. So think about that, like all the muscles on the back of the rib cage, what's different on one side towards the other, and how you need that rotation in that direction to feel a little bit more symmetrical, right? Good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into a hands and knees position, but you're gonna extend your back foot towards the wall. So what I wanna do is make yourself far enough away from the wall that you can reach a leg back and touch the wall, right? So if I'm on hands and knees and I'm reaching my right leg back, I wanna be able to touch the wall, okay? I'm gonna put you under here so you can kind of see if I'm here, this leg, I want this hip to kind of dip down because I'm gonna be extending through my low back if I go too high with my leg, all right? So I wanna think about breathing into my back, pushing the floor away, and on exhale, I'm gonna push that foot into the wall and I'm gonna contract on that glute. Now, you just wanna make sure that your leg's not too high because it's gonna be fake hip extension, it's gonna be low back extension, right? So push the ground away, inhaling into your back, exhale, push big toe, pinky toe, and heel as you engage through those lower abs. So you should feel your ass and your hamstring on your right leg. Would you agree? Good. Inhale into your back and exhale abs. So this is like one of the exercises in ass and abs to just kind of like connect you to where you're getting that hip extension from, right? If I want more, I tuck my toes under, inhale into my back, exhale, and I lift myself up, maintaining that position, really pushing my foot into the wall and exhaling the air away. You're good enough if you don't want to lift the knee, but I just want you to think about all the muscles that you're engaging.
Do you need to drop the hip?
Yep, that's part of it, right? So when I go like this, let's switch side. I set myself up, I extend my left leg back, right? And then I want to think about dropping that hip down, right? Push the ground away, drive the foot into the wall, exhale, engage those lower abs. Does this maybe feel different on one side than on the other? Christine, walk forward a little bit because I don't want it hyperextended, but I don't want it super bent either. Yep, drop your left hip down and lower that foot just like a little bit. Just notice the difference. Breathe into your upper back. Exhale, and if you want more, lift the knee up off the ground. Inhale. Expand through your back. Exhale, ab. Big toe, pinky toe, heel. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so relax for a second. I see Ross with his neck, so I want you to just think about something. If you're not expanding through your rib cage and you're only elevating your rib cage when you take a breath, then you're always using these muscles to exhale, okay? So that's where the breathing's like so important, to try to like get it right and not do it too forcefully, because you're always gonna use, you see these muscles right here? If I'm all like hyped up, I'm gonna use these muscles for breathing, for exhale, right? If my rib cage is moving like this, put your hands on your ribs like this. Take an inhale and feel your rib cage move like this. And then exhale down. See how much my ribs move, right? Your ribs should move in that bucket handle fashion, not just up like this and not just here. But you're always gonna feel your neck if you don't have that, right? So you wanna think about that 360-degree inhale and then exhaling, emptying from the bottom up, all right? So we're gonna go and we're gonna squat again, and we're gonna do those tempo squats. I know everyone loves them. Heel elevated, block between the knees unless you're Arpita or Ross. Think about what kind of a squat you wanna do to load the abs and go as heavy as you can. You're gonna go 3 counts down and you're gonna go 3 counts up.
Can you use this to elevate?
Yep. You can use anything that feels easy.
Just now I have to roll up my mat. And we're going heavy, you said?
Yep. So we're going to do 10 repetitions, 3 counts down, 3 counts up. So when I lower myself down, I am inhaling into my pelvic floor, exhaling, coming up. So the greater the range of motion, keeping the rib cage and the pelvis stacked, the more I'm gonna feel it, all right? So you can set yourself up, and whenever you're ready to go, we're gonna go 10 repetitions, holding on to that weight. Could be a dumbbell, could be a kettlebell. I'm here, inhale, 3, 2, 1, up, 1, 2, 3, down, 3, 2, 1, up, 1, 2, 3, down, nice and slow. Think about keeping that stack. Nice, good. And there's no resting at the top position. You're really stacking the rib cage and the pelvis as you go down, and then you're squeezing on that block on the way up. Everything relaxes down, everything contracts up as you empty from the bottom. Nice. Katie Morgan, I bet you can get like 2 centimeters lower. Good, I want 10. Good, let everything let go, keeping the chest up nice and tall. So we are gonna pick some form of a push. I wanna try to do like an incline press. So you can use 1 dumbbell or you can use 2 dumbbells. You're gonna sit in a short seated position, and we're gonna do a tempo press there. So it's gonna be hard, but not impossible. You wanna keep it out of your neck. Mia, if you wanna do short seated with like a band chest press because of like your arm, you can do that. But I'm gonna show a couple different, Ross, if you want to do an incline chest press, you could do that. So if I'm here and I don't have a whole gym, I can drag on my hamstring to sit in this position. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Or I have 2 weights and I'm doing my chest press here, but I'm doing the same thing for 10, nice and slow. Inhale, exhale. If I want expansion, exhale up. If I just want to go for strength, okay? So rib cage and pelvis stay in a nice straight line. This is going to help you to feel your abdominals. You're dragging on your hamstrings. We're just finding the exercises right now. What weight's that, Liz? Okay.
Go heavier. I just hadn't used the dumbbell yet.
I know. So maybe try it with that, and then we'll go heavier.
I can go kettlebells.
Good. I'm watching you, Rebecca. Watch what your wrists do at the end range of motion. Make sure they get straight, not elevate your shoulders, right? So straighten through your arms at the end.
And are knuckles facing in or
Yes,
forward, or does
in.
it not matter?
In.
Okay.
Good. Get that full range. Does that make sense? Good. Katie, you could use 2 arms on that and just use 1 weight too. You know what I mean? Good. So you should feel your abs, but you should also feel that like your body wants to kind of do this. It wants to kind of break apart. You want to keep in that position, dragging on the hamstring, reaching and lowering, reaching and lowering.
And the full range you're talking about is, what's the full range?
So when you go to press and you end range at the top,
Yeah.
that was better. But sometimes like this reps, like going like this with like your neck too much. So just focus on keeping your toes away from your ears as you press up. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to go with deadlifts, and we're going to do more of an RDL. So you can use whatever it is that you want to use, dumbbells or kettlebells, but we're going to use 2 weights, and you're going to trace them down the fronts of your legs. All right. So your toes can be elevated, and you're thinking about lengthening and opening up the back of your glutes as you lower down, and then exhale, come up. So anyone who feels like they like the block squeeze, you'll want to use it for this, but you want to watch in the camera where you're moving from. The majority of the time, people move through their low back instead of getting through their hamstrings. So if I start here and I inhale and I exhale, my rib cage and my pelvis in a line, I'm literally squeezing on this block, and I'm opening my ass cheeks as I go back. That's it. And then I squeeze my glutes and the block on the way up. Inhale, look how far my butt's going back. I'm reaching my butt back. And then exhale, drive it up. Okay? So I'm gonna watch and yell. Yeah, good. Do not get it from the low back, or it's gonna feel like trash.
You said like this or like this?
I would not do it the wide way. Arpita, don't elevate your feet like that.
Oh, I thought you said to elevate your feet.
Nope. So if you were gonna, it would be toes elevated.
Okay.
Caitlin, watch yourself in the camera and push your butt back. So Liz, think about your hamstring. Inhale, let your ass cheeks open backward, and then squeeze your glutes on the way up. Watch what your rib cage is doing and where you're moving from. Ross, you look great. So it's not a squat, Caitlin. Push your back.
What?
Yes. And then up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that feels like it's going into my back.
Okay, so watch yourself in the camera. Walk forward.
Walk forward.
Yeah. Now watch your butt. Keep pushing your butt back as your rib cage stays in. Do you see how it moves from your back instead of your ass?
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
You have to watch the camera because you can see it in the camera where the movement's coming from, and it's coming from your back. Relax your ass cheeks. Yep. Get the stretch from there, and now squeeze up. Does that make sense, guys? What do you feel, Katie Morgan?
My butt.
Okay, good. So what we are going to do those again, but I'm also just going to talk you through like at the wall. We have plenty of time. I want to talk you through how to relax your pelvic floor and how to get it to the right place. So we're going to literally go right at it right now. Back to a hinge, but at the wall, just with your body weight. So if I set myself up like this, and I have my right foot forward and my left leg up the wall, okay? Right foot's here, left leg is here. I'm gonna take that hip and I'm gonna rotate, right? So unilateral is going to allow you to do one side at a time because sometimes we have asymmetrical hips, right? Most of us do. If I go like this and I inhale, relax my pelvic floor, send my butt back. Notice how my butt's going back almost towards the wall. And then I exhale up. Relax your pelvic floor, rib cage and pelvis in a line. Inhale, reach toward that toe. Exhale it up. Nice and slow. Inhale, big toe down. Lengthen through the back of the hip. Exhale it up. I just want you to do 10 like this and see what you feel. So my knee and my ankle are in a line. My big toe and my nose are in a line. Let that hamstring get some length. Caitlin, hop your right foot forward. Okay, now drop your left hip down a little bit. Yep, and reach your left hand towards your right foot. Do you feel your hamstring a little bit there?
I definitely feel it. It's just, I feel like I also go into my lower back.
You feel your lower back when you do this too, or no?
Yeah, a little.
What, like, so this is the thing. If you're not keeping your rib cage and your pelvis together as you go down, right? If you're always lifting your rib cage a little bit, that's what you're gonna feel, okay? So think about when you go to the other side, big toe down, right hip rotates towards the left knee. This has to move as a unit and it has to come from my ass going back, not my rib cage coming out and up, right?
This here.
So if I leave my hand right here, there's no way that that rib cage is coming apart. And it might feel like you're pushing down a little bit, but that might be what you need right now. Because if I arch in my back and my rib cage flares, yes, I'm gonna feel it in my back.
Like if I only go down like this, I don't feel it in my back.
Can you exhale and go down and see what you feel? Exhale from the bottom up and reach down. You see what I mean? Because when you exhale, that's bringing your rib cage and your pelvis towards each other.
I gotta switch legs.
So for the row, you can do a bent over row. You can do a body row with the TRX. You could do a chin up, any of those versions. But again, we're gonna try to go slow. So for those of you who don't have like any back pain or never had back pain, you can do a bent over row with your dumbbells. I just wanna make sure that you're not in your back. So say you grab your weights that aren't super heavy. I go like this and my abs are on, I can row 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But if I can't control my abs, then I'm gonna be in my back. And if Christine, if you have an adjustable bench, do a bat wing row.
Okay.
Ross, I would never pick that one for you. I would go with a body row or a chin up. Yep, good. Mia, I would sit you down in a like short seated position where you're blocking off the front and then pulling. Liz, perfect, nice. Rebecca, you could totally do the one that Liz is doing too. Just focus on where you're feeling it and keep it in your abs. She's up in the corner. The one that I just showed.
Like this?
Back up, Mia, and then pull your knees into your chest. Yep, good. As long as Rebecca didn't go to your back, then you're fine.
Sorry, I didn't see the one that.
You're doing it. So watch, you gotta go like this. You're here. You're
Okay, okay.
right, like that deadlift. But I'm in my abs. Like I can breathe here and I don't feel anything in my back. And all I'm doing is 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Okay.
Your shoulder blades pulling together towards your rib cage. Yep. What happens when you walk your legs back, Christine? that thing is gonna fall over or what? That's what I'm worried about. I don't usually spend
What about like the chin up with rings, like on the floor, the chin up one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get out of my neck. I'll do that next.
So we're gonna go back to the squats. Go as heavy as you can. You could do double kettlebell, heavy dumbbell. You could landmine, but you're 3 counts down, 3 counts up. 10 reps. Inhale, relax everything. Exhale, bring it up. Good. Allow the knees to come forward. You're pulling yourself down with your hamstrings.
Yeah, I see. Sorry.
Good. Let those glutes lengthen on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Yep. Good, good, good. Perfect. Pay attention to your feet, Arpita, too. Good. Big toe, pinky toe, heel. Good. Don't tense your neck on the exhale. Relax down. Exhale it up. Good. Then you have those incline presses. So like Christine, you could use that same bench for the incline press and you're just going slow with your dumbbells, you know? You want to just think like, what's the best angle for the incline? You kind of have to play around with it because bat wing might be even better with one lower, just like that. And I'd say do that for the incline and do that for the bat wing. Okay.
Okay.
So sitting yourself in that position. Yep. That was better, Rebecca. Now just keep your knuckles turned in. Yep. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe that air into your back. Pull back down. Nice. Good. Dragging on your hamstrings. Look at everybody in their benches. I love it. How's your arm feel, Mia? Are you dying?
It's a little better today because I was really mindful of it yesterday. We'll see today.
What if you just do one arm? You could always just do one arm.
Oh, okay.
With that same weight. Wink, wink. Yep. Reach long with that arm. You can even turn your palm like this and just reach. Yep. Yep. Inhale it up. Good. We're doing those deadlifts again. So I really want you to pay attention to the where the movement's coming from. Another one of my favorite things to do is put a band around your waist or around the side of the hip that gives you the problem to pull your hips back. So I'm going to demonstrate it right here. If I was going to do this, it's always my left side that's like the pain in the fuck. If I take my leg and I put a band on the inside of it, right, and that's pulling me back, that's going to remind me that it's okay to let my glutes let go, right? So I'm kind of letting the weight reach my butt back, and I'm watching in the camera to make sure that my low back is not moving. All right, my butt is reaching back towards something behind me. Okay, and so I'm gonna watch you. I think it's also helpful sometimes to have that block there too, to really just let the glutes lengthen. And then once my back starts to move, that's it. I'm done. Reach back, let my glutes lengthen, and contract. Let my butt go back. I do not feel anything in my lower back because my rib cage is staying down. So, Caitlin, you need to take your hands on your legs. See how you're still doing a squat? Okay. So I have another version of it too. Where's your band? Do you have a band attached somewhere? You fucking muted.
Sorry, Nuggets losing his mind and barking. I don't have a band.
Okay. Pretend you're gonna push your butt back to a wall behind you, and you have to just have your weights on your legs because you're already kind of like, you're not moving your butt back. What is that? Now get back up. I want to show you guys something after this.
Am I the only one who's messing this up so bad?
Definitely not.
I would have been like, nah.
I don't understand.
I want to no. It's just all it is a hinge, but you're so used to doing more of a kettlebell one. It's fine. So think about this. If I take a band, say my band's attached really low, and I go and pull my band forward. So say I have my band here. It's between my legs, and I am reaching my arms forward. All right. So if you have this, now try to hinge your butt back and come up. It's all about your abs because Caitlin, you just flare your ribs too much, right? So like Mia, I want you to try this. Anybody who has a band, just hook it up low and pull with your arms forward and then think about tracing down your legs and then coming up. That's your abs that are controlling that position of your pelvis and not having it dip, right? Do you feel that difference, Rebecca? That was better, Caitlin.
Yeah, the resistance helps, but I thought I was fine before, but maybe not.
Oh, no. You probably are fine. But what I'm saying is like, it's that feeling of like the abdominals helping you to do it. So you're pushing your arms forward.
Yeah.
And yep. And then you can't kind of mess it up. It's always going to move from the right place. Okay. So pick a version of the row that you feel like you can do that feels like it's worth it to you. RPD, you can start all over again. I saw you already do the row.
Yeah, I know. I thought I was behind.
So if Rebecca, if you want to do like a renegade row instead, you can do that. You could literally get yourself on a bench with your weights and just row one without your hips rotating, right? You could do it from the ground. I just want you guys to feel like you're getting something out of the rows. So if I'm here and I'm on my knees, I can still feel it, or I could lift my knees up, but I'm not rotating so much through my pelvis as I do that. Caitlin, do you feel that in your back?
No.
Good. Good, Ross. All the way down, all the way up. Nice. To connect to that breathing. That's really the reason why I like the tempo, because you're gonna get more out of it when you connect to the breath. And I know it's annoying sometimes. It's not like we're gonna do it forever. Relax those shoulders, Mia. Good. Exhale, empty from the bottom. Squats one more time. Heels elevated. You can use that block on the way up. Exhale, squeeze.
Now notice my
Think about that exhale, Katie.
toes.
As you're rowing, think about the exhale emptying from the bottom, and it's really like your abs that are doing the rowing. Good.
I feel when I'm like squatting and pushing up, my toes want to like do the grippy thing.
Yeah. So take a sock, roll it up, and put it underneath your toes and see what happens. Because it's either that or your toes start to turn out. That's what I was doing.
Okay.
Good, Liz. Nice. That's much better. You're getting nice and low. Good. Christine's squats look awesome. Mia, how do your knees feel?
Okay. Stacey, even with the heels elevated, do you still need to tuck, or does the heel elevated do the tucking for you?
Low, low, low. You wish it did the tuck for you.
Okay.
And the tuck is not an ass clench. It's literally just thinking about your hamstrings dragging you down. But yeah, I wish my heels elevated could tuck my pelvis, but no. So it's like a combination of allowing your knees to go forward, pulling yourself down with your hamstrings, and letting those glutes lengthen, not clenching. Ross, squats look awesome too. Must be that lymphatic massage.
Must be. It's all about that.
Incline chest press. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Think about where the air wants to go and where the air needs to go, and really get those abs. So my hamstrings are dragging me, right? Tuck my pelvis. So I have some of my hamstrings on. If you took a weight and you put it out in front of you and you kind of dug your heels into it, then you feel that dragging of the hamstrings to pull yourself in that position. And then you're reaching up and then you're pulling down. Reaching up, try to get all that air lowering down. So abs. Arpita, you could try that band thing too.
Stacey, do you ever put like a towel behind your neck?
When I do an incline?
Yeah, could you? I mean,
Oh yeah, you could for sure. You need the towel behind your neck whenever possible.
Okay, my favorite part.
Oh, let's pick one. Do a hip thrust instead, Caitlin.
What is that?
So that's where you put like the weights on your hips and your upper back is on a mat. Yeah, you could do it like that too. It's like you want to learn to work like the hinge pattern in a bunch of different ways, right? And the reason the RDL is hard is because the legs are straighter, and if your back of your pelvic floor is super tight, it's going to be hard to not move through the lumbar spine, right? We kind of talked about this a bunch of times with the pelvis. If the sacrum can't nod forward, then it gets stuck and you end up moving through your back, right? So if I was here and I had my back elevated, I could take my weights, drag on my hamstring and bridge up here, as long as I'm bridging and pushing through the inside of like my big toe, then I'm gonna get glutes there as well. It's just a smaller range of motion. Good, Katie Morgan. Exhale, empty from the bottom. So it's either the deadlift or the hip thrust. Don't worry, we're gonna do something fun. No more of this. So you're gonna find something that you're gonna step up onto after you finish your deadlifts and your rows. Mia, see how the band, you're letting it pull between your legs? You have to take your arms and you need to keep them pulled forward like this the whole time.
Oh.
Yes, now go. Pull forward and now hinge.
God.
Feel your abs more?
Everything more.
Yeah. So you have to be keeping that rib cage and the pelvis in a line. So you're gonna do the rows, your last set, Caitlin? Good, keep your abs on. Good, Arpita, think about your shoulder blades coming towards your spine. You're not rowing with your arms, it's your back. Good, yep, nice, Mia. So if you're done with the rows, what you're gonna do is you're gonna set yourself up for a step up, but we're gonna do like a plyo step up. So you're gonna act like you're marching in place with your arms, and then you're gonna give me 12 plyo step ups on each side. So it's gonna look like this. If I'm here and I'm on my bench, I would walk in place like this, right? And then I'm gonna put my right leg up and I'm gonna drive, pushing through the bench. And we're gonna do that 12 times on each side, right? So find your bench that you're gonna step up onto, and we're gonna do a plyo step up, 12 on each leg. Good, and you're gonna jump as high as you can, push as hard as you can, 12 repetitions. And you may begin whenever, because some people already started.
Yeah, I'm going to the stairs.
Good, yeah. Big toe, push through the big mound of the big toe.
Stacey, how many marching? It doesn't matter.
Oh no, that's literally just to realize that you're using your arms. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Watch that hip, Liz. Good. Think about, it's more your right hip right now, but think about what your arm should be in, like opposition.
What's it doing, the hip?
Shifting out to the right. Good, and then go right up to that plyo step up. Good, push, good. Exhale as you go. Don't worry so much about the march. The march is just to keep you in mind that you're gonna be moving your arms to help you, right? So if I go like this, I march in place to know that my opposite arm, opposite leg, and then I just go for it. Down, I don't even need to put my foot back down. I'm literally just gonna push that leg 12 times on either side. Then you're gonna grab onto your bench. And we're gonna do an inhale, hold the breath, push up. Inhale, hold the breath, push up, and inhale again. So Ross could probably just do it down on the ground. Liz, you could probably do it down on the ground. Christine, you could try it down on the ground. If I'm here, Mia, you can do fists, or you could do on your bench, or you could do from the ground as well. If I'm here and I inhale into my back, hold the air, lower myself down, and drive myself up. All right? So I'm in a push-up position, inhale into my back. Hold the air, pull down, keep holding my breath, and drive away. I want 10. Knees slightly bent. Nice, good, love it.
Just breathe out.
What?
What are you breathing out?
At the top. Big inhale. Nice. Breathe into your back, Christine. Better than what you just did. Right now, breathe into your back. Push, push, push. Hold, and now go. That's a push-up. Good. Love it, Arpita. That actually looks good. Now, grab onto your light weight. I would say 10, maybe 15 max. You're gonna get into like a bent over row position. We're gonna get on one leg and we're gonna do a tricep extension as we inhale. So if I put my hands down here and I take my left arm next to my body, I'm gonna inhale tricep extension. So I have the dumbbell in my hand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Then I'm gonna add lifting my right leg. Yep, perfect, Rebecca. Now look at my arm, how it's by my side. Keep the elbow there the whole time. Inhale, extend. Exhale down. Inhale, extend. Exhale down. My right hip's dropping just like we did in the warm-up. And that right leg is reaching back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So I want 10 to 12 of those tricep extensions in that one-legged position. So Caitlin, keep your elbow next to the side of your body better, like up higher. Get your elbow up higher.
Like here?
Yep, because it wants to be in a line with your body. Yep, and then you're thinking about the inhale as you contract through the tricep. Yep, no swinging. You don't need to pull that arm so much in. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not a bicep curl, right? So let it be. I'm gonna do it at the same time so you guys can see. You gotta
I'm
watch.
sorry. I don't. Today I'm just not getting it.
No, you just have to watch in the camera what you're doing because you won't be able to tell, you know?
Yeah.
So while you're doing it, bend your elbow like a row. Now, look at your hand where it's starting. Yeah, that's it. Don't bend it more, right?
I think this weight is too heavy too.
Could do that. Now, we're gonna go into a wall sit position with your 2 weights, and we're gonna practice breathing in a wall sit while we do a bicep curl.
Do the other side, right?
Everybody already did.
Everyone's awesome.
Not that. So, just like we did in the beginning, I want you to think about inhaling into your back. If you want to block, you can hold on to it. But when I'm sitting in a wall sit, this should be a perfect example of inhaling into your back, exhaling from the bottom up of your abs, right? So I can do the same thing with my dumbbells. Inhale into my back, exhale, curl. Inhale into my back, exhale, curl. Inhale and exhale. If you want to go one side at a time, you can. That's totally fine. But I'm focusing in on the lower half as well. So Rebecca, walk your feet forward just a little bit more. And think about breathing air into your back. And on that inhale, everything's relaxing. And then on the exhale, that's when you squeeze and contract. Good. Yep. So like 10 to 12, but you're focusing in on the breath. Yep. Inhale into your back. Exhale, empty from the bottom up.
Stacey, in this case, the wall does the tucking for me, right?
Correct. And so that's why I love the wall. I love things on the ground because literally this is the co-contraction bridge that we always do, except now gravity is coming into play. Does that make sense?
Yep.
This is a bear push-up too. That's why I'm always having you bend your knees because it's easier to tuck, right? Then you're gonna go back to the step ups, 12 plyo step ups on one side, 12 plyo step ups on the other side. I want you to think about that big toe. I want you to think about the knee going forward and exhaling, pushing the ground away and getting as high as you can. Don't worry about the marching. That seemed to confuse people. Good. And if you don't want to jump, then you can just come up onto the ball of your foot too. Good. So switch your arms, Rebecca. That'll make more sense. Because think about it like this. How would you run? That's why I was having you march. Yep. Yay. Good. Yep. Good. Good. Pay attention. Where's that rib cage? Where's that pelvis? Exhale, push the ground away. Big toe down. Drive it up. Try to get as high as you possibly can. Good. Don't be afraid to let that knee go forward. Nice. Push-ups, Katie Morgan. Good. Nice, nice, nice. Good. So I'm going to do the push-ups with you guys. I want you to think about this. I'm here and I take a big inhale. I fill my entire chest, back, low back, mid back, everything. And I hold my breath. I pull myself down and I drive away. I still am holding my breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Same thing if I'm doing it on the ground. It's fucking hard. Really hard. Yeah. Here I am. Inhale. Push the ground away. Get that air into all those places. Hold my breath. Drive away. Inhale. Hold your breath. Drive it away. Exhale. Nice. Knees bent. Keep the tuck. Good. And Christine, you just add a whole nother element of difficulty to it when you push your feet off. Good job. You put your feet on the wall, it's even harder.
Oh, they're not. I'll make sure they're not.
Good. Get the air into the back, Ross, because you're going to miss the point if you're not. Good, then you're gonna pick, do you wanna do the tricep or do you wanna do the bicep? Your call. So the tricep is gonna emphasize that hip internal rotation, right? So the standing leg, the knee is bent. And I'm rotating that hip down. So I'm kind of just like feeling that glute as well. If I'm here, my left leg is dropping down and I have my weight on my right arm. I'm inhaling as I go. Yep, good. Now my hand, this is a bad. My elbow is gonna stay next to my body, right? And I'm inhaling right to here so I can feel my tricep. Inhale, good. My standing knee is bent, Katie Morgan, and I'm dropping that right hip down. Yeah, good. Get into that hip. I want to feel a stretch on that left glute. If you're not tucked in your pelvis, you might feel it in your back though. That's all you want to realize. Good, keep that elbow hugging nice and close to your body. Nia's like, I'm gonna do the bicep curl too. So I was gonna just take you through like something real quick breathing. I know people have to go. Just think about your rock back position. The majority of you, if you could give me 2 sets of 10 rock back breathing every single day, it would be good, okay? If I'm in this position, that's gonna get me air into my upper back. Tuck your pelvis under, rock yourself back, turn those palms up. When my palms turn, I pull my shoulder blades away onto either side of my rib cage. Now take that big inhale. Feel all the spaces you can fill with air, and then think about Kegel, hip bones draw towards each other. Keep exhaling until the ribs come down. That's what you want to practice, the ribs kind of coming back and down, Ross, right? So the rib cage expands like we talked about in the beginning, and then it comes down after you exhale empty from the bottom up. But it's something that you need to practice over and over again. And the more you practice it and the more that you get that movement, the more you're gonna always feel your abdominals instead of your neck. Lovely job.
Thank you.
We will keep up next time. Bye.